Compared to eggs, this dry fish powder provides higher protein. Stop elders from losing muscle. I would have believed it too if I had told you that eating 1 egg a day will keep your muscles healthy after the age of 60. My legs began to shake just from getting out of a chair one morning. Perhaps like me, you have always believed that eggs are the most important protein, safe, familiar, and reasonably priced for senior citizens. However, one small item startled many of you in my previous video, where I listed 10 items that unexpectedly have more protein than eggs. Powdered dried fish. Many of you commented with questions such, "What is that? Where can I locate it? Could I prepare it at home?" To be honest, when I initially learned about it, I had the same queries. I assumed it had to do with bodybuilders or perhaps animals. Here's the odd thing though. That particular substance, which is colorless, odorless, and almost invisible, is subtly altering the rules for older folks' muscle repair, because it contains up to 5 times as much protein as an egg. It is currently being utilized in rehabilitation programs for patients recuperating from lengthy hospital stays or strokes. I'm going deep with you in today's video. We'll examine why dry fish powder aids in muscle recovery so quickly, who should use it, how to use it, and yes, where to buy it or how to create it at home. This video may surprise you as much as it startled me, especially if you're here to care for someone you love, your hands feel weaker lately, or your balance seems wrong. Please take a moment to leave a comment below before we start. From where are you watching? And how have you been feeling lately in terms of energy? We're not merely stating facts. Here we are. We pay attention and respond to all comments. What is powdered dried fish? I furrowed my nose a little when I first heard the term dry fish powder. It sounded as though it had no place in a human meal, much less one that would enable someone like my uncle to get back up without shaking. But in actuality, everything was altered by this little powder, slowly and gently, like the way the spring sun warms the earth rather than suddenly and miraculously. What exactly is it then? Small nutrient-dense fish, anchovies, sardines, and even salmon are used to make dried fish powder. To preserve the protein and minerals, these fish are carefully dried at low temperatures after being gently boiled or steam cooked. They are then processed into a fine, soft powder that resembles flour. This is what makes it unique. It doesn't taste or smell like fish despite coming from fish. The high-quality food-grade varieties are light, clean, and almost flavorless. Most people wouldn't even notice it if you sprinkled it over rice, mixed it into porridge, or stirred it into soup. This powder is frequently added to meals by families taking care of elderly parents or grandparents in nations like Japan and Korea. It's not ostentatious. It's subtly strong, yet it's not fashionable. Without the complexity of supplements or the weight of meat, it provides the body with precisely what it needs to repair and renew. However, hardly nobody in the US is aware of it. Why? Since we've only heard of the type of fish powder used for animal feed, and it's reasonable. There is another type, but it does exist. A human-grade version that is safer, cleaner, and better for food. It is treated to be easy on the stomach, filtered, and lab-tested. No strange additions or chemicals, just concentrated marine food. In fact, you may purchase it in the United States. There are a few trustworthy options available if you look for anchovy powder or edible dried fish powder online, particularly on Amazon or in Asian grocery stores. Just make sure that for human use is stated on the label. Perhaps you're wondering the same thing I did now that you know what it is. Is it possible for something so basic to aid in muscle growth, particularly after the age of 60? Together, let's find out. Second, why strength is quickly restored by this small powder. None of us had high hopes when my uncle started using dried fish powder. He added a tablespoon to his evening soup. There was no fanfare or unique ritual, but a slow, subtle transformation occurred. He said something I hadn't heard in months by the 3rd week. I feel more stable. My legs no longer shake as they used to. I stopped and listened to that one instant. You see, as we become older, our bodies no longer react the same way to nutritious proteins like beans, chicken, or eggs. Muscles require more work to repair and shrink more quickly. You're not to blame. It's known as anabolic resistance, and it happens naturally. Because of this, many elderly people still experience weakness or exhaustion while eating a healthy diet. The effectiveness and gentleness of dried fish powder are what make it so unique. It offers complete protein, which includes all 9 essential amino acids in an easily digestible form that the body can use. It also provides an unexpected nutritional benefit in addition to protein. A tiny quantity of omega-3 fatty acids to aid in healing and inflammation reduction, as well as calcium and phosphorus to support bones and joints. The fact that it's actual food, though, is perhaps what I value most. Just tiny, nutrient-dense fish that has been gently cooked, dried, and powdered using the old-fashioned method. No chemicals, artificial sweeteners, or fillers. Such silent sustenance might have a significant impact on someone recuperating from disease, surgery, or just feeling weaker with age. Healing that is gradual and honest, like providing your body with the raw ingredients it has been subtly requesting, is not dramatic or quick. This raises the following query. What is the true difference between this unassuming powder and the proteins that most of us have relied on for years? Third, the analogy to eggs. Eggs have traditionally been trusted by the majority of persons over 60. They're protein-rich, easy to make, and reasonably priced. Many people believe that eating a few boiled eggs in the morning is a healthy choice, and it was for years. However, the majority of us are unaware of this. Our bodies use protein differently as we age. Let's dissect it. You can get about 67 g of protein from one entire egg. Since it contains all of the essential amino acids, it is a complete protein. However, that might not be sufficient for senior citizens. After eating eggs, some people feel satisfied too soon. Others find consuming them on a daily basis causes discomfort or indigestion. Even though eggs are healthy, they only provide a small amount of fat and protein. This is when dried fish powder is most useful. About 8 to 10 grams of protein, in a highly concentrated and easily digestible form, can be found in just 1 tablespoon. Additionally, unlike eggs, dried fish powder naturally contains phosphorus, calcium, and even a small amount of omega-3, which are essential for maintaining healthy bones, muscles, and joints as we age. The ease with which it fits into your day is yet another significant distinction. Nothing needs to be chewed or cooked. Simply blend it into mashed potatoes, add it to soup, or sprinkle it over steamed rice. It doesn't taste fishy and doesn't smell strongly. Additionally, it doesn't make you feel bloated or lethargic because it's so light. Due to their familiarity, eggs are a staple food for many older folks. However, it may be time to try something kinder, more powerful, and more effective if your muscles continue to feel weak even after eating eggs. Although it can't fully replace eggs, dried fish powder could be able to fill in for them. Fourth, the information regarding powdered dried fish. You may be curious at this stage, but you should also exercise caution. That's fortunate. Asking the correct questions is crucial before incorporating any new foods into your regimen, especially as we become older. Before you try dry fish powder, let's be honest about what you should know. To begin with, it is safe. Dried fish powder is just a natural concentrated form of nutrition when it comes from clean, additive-free fish, such as sardines or anchovies. It isn't a manufactured protein or supplement. In many regions of Asia, it has actually been in use for generations, given to post-surgery patients who want strength quickly, to elderly parents who have lost their appetite, or to children recuperating from illness. This is actual food that your body can recognize and utilize effectively, unlike manufactured powders. However, you should definitely see your doctor before attempting it. If you have serious kidney problems, are on a low-protein diet, or have a known fish allergy. Now, you can definitely manufacture dried fish powder at home if you like to do things from scratch. The procedure is simple. Consider tiny dried fish such as anchovies. Dry and rinse them. After that, roast until crispy. After cooling, you may use a powerful blender or spice grinder to ground them into a fine powder. The powder should be kept in an airtight jar. It will remain fresh for around 3 to 4 weeks if you keep it cool and dry. You have complete control over what goes into this DIY version. Although it does take some time and equipment, there are many of trustworthy, hygienic brands accessible online. If convenience is more important to you, simply read the label. Ideally, there should be no salt added and it should read 100% fish. Commercially packed dried fish powder can be stored for several months without being opened. Use it within 4 to 8 weeks of opening, especially if you're keeping it in a kitchen cabinet. Keep the jar well closed and out of the heat and moisture. To preserve freshness, some people even keep extra jars in the refrigerator or freezer. How is it used? The beauty is in that it's easy. For most older persons, just 1 tablespoon per day is sufficient. Starting a new plan or altering your diet completely is not necessary. Rather, simply mix it into dishes you already like. You can sprinkle it over steaming rice or use it in soups, congee, mashed potatoes, and scrambled eggs. When the powder is of excellent quality, it blends well and doesn't leave behind any fishy smell or taste. To support energy throughout the day, some people choose to use it in the morning. Some like to have it during dinner, which provides the body with protein to help it recover overnight. There isn't just one ideal moment. Consistency is the true key. Who stands to gain the most from it? This might be for you if you're over 60 and have observed a decrease in your leg's energy, a slower recovery or muscle loss. Although it's not for everyone, it's also beneficial for those who are recuperating from surgery, have difficulty chewing, or have lost their appetite and aren't getting enough protein in their diet. Before using it, anyone with stringent phosphorus limitations, very low protein diets, or chronic kidney illness should consult a doctor. Let's finally discuss what it actually does. Protein isn't the only benefit of dried fish powder. It gives your aged muscles the protein they require. It offers modest but significant levels of omega-3s that assist lower inflammation, calcium and phosphorus to strengthen bones, and full amino acids for tissue regeneration. It is soft, absorbent, and dense, not immediately but gradually, gently, and in a way that feels natural. Many older folks who have included it in their meals have reported feeling stronger in their steps, less unsteady in the mornings, and more supported overall. Ultimately, this isn't about following the newest health fad. It's about incorporating something modest, wise, and consistent into your day. Something that is truly useful to your body. Despite its modest appearance, dried fish powder has the potential to transform someone's life. Perhaps eating more isn't necessary to keep strong after 60. It entails eating more sensibly. Furthermore, sometimes the best assistance doesn't come from a fancy shake or medication. It originates from something tangible and basic, such as a tablespoon of powdered dry fish. You need not feel helpless. You don't have to accept that aging is a natural element of muscle loss. You deserve to wake up feeling energized, confident in your own body, and able to stand steadily. This might be the one tiny adjustment you've been looking for to help you feel like yourself once more. Tell us in the comments section. Are you familiar with dried fish powder? Are you willing to give it a try? Don't stop here either. Similar to this one, we've produced numerous movies that offer straightforward, useful advice on how to maintain your strength, independence, and health as you age. To continue learning, tap the next video. On this journey, you are not traveling alone. I'll see you at the next one, and stay strong and well. Please click the like button if you thought this video was useful. The channel benefits greatly from it. In order to ensure that you never miss any more videos, remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Please leave a comment below with your comments. I'd love to know what you think.